Picture waking up in a world where dinosaurs still roam the land, not just as fossils in museums or creatures in movies, but as living, breathing animals. The streets, forests, and skis would be filled with these ancient giants, making our daily lives completely different. Instead of worrying about traffic, you might be concerned about a herd of sauropods blocking your path or a flying reptile swooping overhead. The world would feel both thrilling and dangerous, with every step reminding us of the powerful creatures sharing our planet. Dinosaurs never went extinct, they would dominate every corner of the earth. Forests would be filled with enormous plant eaters, their long necks reaching high into the trees. Massive predators like Tyrannosaurus rex would roam across continents, making travel and settlement risky. Even the skies would look different, with giant flying reptiles soaring above, dwarfing modern birds. The presence of these creatures would shape the landscape, the climate, and the way all other animals, including humans, live. About 66 million years ago, a massive asteroid struck Earth, causing catastrophic fires, earthquakes, and dust clouds that blocked sunlight for months. This event led to the extinction of most dinosaurs, paving the way for mammals to rise. But what if that asteroid had missed? Dinosaurs might still be the dominant life forms, and the world as we know it would be unrecognizable. The ripple effects of that single event changed the course of history forever. If the asteroid missed, dinosaurs would still rule the planet. Their dominance would shape ecosystems, food chains, and even the evolution of other species. Giant herbivores would clear forests while predators would keep populations in check. The balance of nature would revolve around these ancient creatures, making them the central figures in Earth's story. Forests would be home to enormous plant-eating dinosaurs like the long-necked sauropods. These giants would shape the landscape, eating vast amounts of vegetation and creating open spaces as they moved. Their size would make them visible from miles away, and their presence would influence the growth of plants and the behavior of other animals. Living alongside such creatures would require humans to adapt in ways we can hardly imagine. Massive predators, similar to Tyrannosaurus rex, would roam across continents. Their presence would make travel dangerous, and settlements would need strong defenses. These carnivores would hunt other dinosaurs and possibly any mammals that dared to venture out. The fear of encountering a predator would be a daily reality, shaping the way humans and other animals live. Skies would be filled with giant flying reptiles, making modern birds seem tiny in comparison. These creatures would soar overhead, casting huge shadows and creating a sense of awe and fear. Their presence would affect air travel, migration patterns, and even weather. Living under their watchful eyes would be a unique challenge for any species. One of the biggest questions is whether humans would exist at all. Before dinosaurs went extinct, mammals were small, hiding from predators and surviving in the shadows. If dinosaurs stayed in control, early mammals might never have evolved into humans. The world could be completely different with no cities, no technology, and no modern civilization. Mammals only became dominant after dinosaurs vanished. Before that, they were small and lived in hiding, avoiding the larger, more dangerous dinosaurs. If dinosaurs had remained dominant, mammals might never have grown beyond their tiny forms. This would mean no humans, no advanced societies, and no modern world as we know it. If dinosaurs kept mammals from evolving, there would be no cities, no smartphones, and no internet. Modern civilization would not exist. The world would be shaped by the needs and behaviors of dinosaurs, not humans. Technology, culture, and society would be completely different or might not exist at all. Dinosaurs may have kept mammals from becoming the dominant species. Their size, strength, and adaptability would make them the rulers of the planet. Other animals would have to adapt to their presence, and ecosystems would revolve around their needs. The balance of life would be very different from what we know today. Some scientists believe certain dinosaurs were already becoming smarter over time. A small hunting dinosaur called Troodon had a relatively large brain compared to its body size. If evolution continued for millions of years, could intelligent dinosaur species have appeared? Imagine dinosaur civilizations building tools, communicating, or even creating technology. Troodon, a small hunting dinosaur, had a relatively large brain compared to its body size. This suggests it was more intelligent than many other dinosaurs. If evolution had continued, Troodon or similar species might have developed advanced behaviors, possibly even forming societies or using tools. The idea of intelligent dinosaurs is fascinating and opens up many possibilities for how life could have evolved. Imagine a world where dinosaurs developed civilizations. They might build tools, communicate with each other, and even create technology. These civilizations could be very different from human societies, shaped by the needs and abilities of dinosaurs. The possibilities are endless, and evolution can create surprising results. Evolution is full of surprises. If dinosaurs had continued to evolve, they might have developed intelligence, new behaviors, and even new forms. The world could be filled with dinosaur societies, each with their own cultures and technologies. The story of life would be very different with dinosaurs as the main characters. Life on Earth would be far more dangerous with dinosaurs around. Traveling through forests could mean avoiding giant predators, and farms and cities would need huge walls for protection. The risk of encountering a dinosaur would be a daily concern, making safety a top priority for any species. Cities and farms would need massive walls and strong defenses to keep out dinosaurs. Architecture would be focused on safety, with barriers designed to withstand attacks from giant creatures. The design of homes, schools, and workplaces would be shaped by the need to protect people from dinosaurs. Traveling would be a major challenge in a world full of dinosaurs. Roads and paths would need to be protected, and vehicles would have to be strong enough to survive encounters with giant creatures. Exploring new areas would be risky, and adventurers would need to be prepared for anything. Farming would be very different with dinosaurs around. Crops would need to be protected from giant herbivores, and farmers would have to find ways to keep their fields safe. The presence of dinosaurs would shape the types of crops grown and the methods used to harvest them. Cities would be built in ways that avoid dinosaur territories. Urban planning would focus on safety, with locations chosen to minimize encounters with dangerous creatures. The layout of cities would be influenced by the movement and behavior of dinosaurs, making urban life very different. Dinosaurs would compete with other animals for resources. Their size and strength would give them an advantage, but other species would adapt in unique ways. The competition for food, water, and space would shape the evolution of all life on Earth. The presence of dinosaurs would affect the climate. Their movements, feeding habits, and population sizes would influence the environment. Forests, grasslands, and deserts would be shaped by their needs, creating a world very different from ours. If intelligent dinosaurs evolved, they might create their own technology. Tools, machines, and even communication devices could be developed. The world would be filled with dinosaur inventions, each designed for their unique needs and abilities. Dinosaurs might develop complex ways to communicate. Sounds, gestures, and even written symbols could be used to share information. Communication would be essential for survival, cooperation, and the development of societies. If dinosaurs developed intelligence, they might create art. Paintings, sculptures, and music could be part of their cultures. Artistic expression would help dinosaurs share ideas, emotions, and stories, enriching their societies. Intelligent dinosaurs might study the world around them. Science, exploration, and discovery could become important parts of their societies. They might learn about the stars, the Earth, and even their own history, creating a rich scientific tradition. With intelligence, dinosaurs might develop medicine. Healing, health, and care would become important, with new techniques and treatments created for their unique bodies. Medical knowledge would help dinosaurs live longer, healthier lives. Education would be essential for intelligent dinosaurs. Schools, teachers, and learning methods would be developed to share knowledge and skills. Education would help dinosaurs adapt, innovate, and build successful societies. Culture would be shaped by the needs and abilities of dinosaurs. Traditions, festivals, and social norms would develop, creating unique societies. The diversity of dinosaur cultures would make the world a fascinating place. Intelligent dinosaurs might develop political systems. Leadership, laws, and governance would be important for organizing societies and solving conflicts. Politics would shape the way dinosaurs live and interact with each other. Economies would develop based on the needs and abilities of dinosaurs. Trade, resources, and wealth would be managed in unique ways. Economic systems would help dinosaurs share, cooperate, and build prosperous societies. Technology would be shaped by the abilities and needs of dinosaurs. Tools, machines, and inventions would be designed for their bodies and lifestyles. The world would be filled with dinosaur technology, making life easier and more interesting. Transportation would be a challenge for dinosaurs. Roads, vehicles, and travel methods would be designed for their size and needs. Moving from place to place would require innovation and adaptation. Communication would be essential for dinosaur societies. Language, symbols, and technology would help dinosaurs share information and cooperate. The development of communication systems would shape their cultures and societies. Entertainment would be important for intelligent dinosaurs. Games, sports, and performances would help them relax, socialize, and enjoy life. The world would be filled with dinosaur entertainment, making societies vibrant and fun. Relationships would be important for dinosaur societies. Families, friendships, and social bonds would help dinosaurs cooperate and thrive. The development of relationships would shape their cultures and communities. Religion and spirituality might develop among intelligent dinosaurs. Beliefs, rituals, and traditions would help them understand the world and their place in it. Religion would shape their cultures and societies, creating a sense of meaning and purpose. Dinosaurs would have a major impact on the environment. Their size, numbers, and behaviors would shape ecosystems, landscapes, and climate. The world would be constantly changing, influenced by the needs and actions of dinosaurs. Even if dinosaurs survived, extinction would still be a possibility. Changes in climate, disease, or competition could threaten their existence. The story of life is full of surprises, and survival is never guaranteed. Adaptation would be essential for dinosaurs. Changing environments, new challenges, and competition would require them to evolve and innovate. The ability to adapt would determine their success and survival. Migration would be important for dinosaurs. Moving to new areas, finding resources, and avoiding danger would shape their lives. Migration patterns would influence ecosystems and the distribution of species. Reproduction would be a challenge for dinosaurs. Finding mates, protecting eggs, and raising young would require unique strategies. The survival of species would depend on their ability to reproduce successfully. Food would be a major concern for dinosaurs. Finding enough to eat, competing with other species, and adapting to changing environments would shape their lives. The search for food would influence behavior, evolution, and survival. Water would be essential for dinosaurs. Access to rivers, lakes, and oceans would influence their distribution and behavior. The need for water would shape migration, competition, and survival strategies. Dinosaurs never went extinct, our world would be completely different. From the way we live, travel, and build to the evolution of intelligence, culture, and technology, dinosaurs would shape every aspect of life. Whether as dominant species, intelligent innovators, or simply giant creatures roaming the land, their presence would create a planet full of surprises, challenges, and possibilities. The story of Earth would be rewritten with dinosaurs as the main characters.